What's up, everybody? Sylph have announced a new cup for the month of June. It's going to be called the Sorcerous Cup. The types are Ice, Poison, Fairy, Psychic, and Normal. There's a couple of bands like Dugong and Raichu, Shadows, and second moves must cost less than 50k. So I'm going to take a look at the teams, the Pokemon that I have ready for this cup. There's a few I've got to build, I guess, but it's a pretty interesting choosing pool. There's not a lot of cups where you see, like Hypno, and I think Alakazam is now in this one, and it could have some use with Counter and Fire Punch. We've got the Frostlass, who I think will definitely be a vital part of at least my team. Whether I keep the moves or change them. I was thinking about changing to Crunch from Shadow Ball and keeping Avalanche, just so I can hit the normal types for, super effective damage or neutral damage while keeping the Ghost matchups in check. Munchlax is another one I think is going to be pretty vital, so I'm going to name a couple of guys Sorcerous Cup here, just to keep me ticking over. I think Alolan Muck will have a good part to play. I'm going to take a look at the rankings on PvPoke as well, but this is just me looking at my team, my choosing pool. Noctowl is another interesting one. You've got the Charm users, of course, and the Haunter is always hard to rule out. But Munchlax for sure I think is going to be a pretty vital player in this cup. Yeah, a lot of people seem to be using normal types, and it's going to be interesting to see how they go. So, Azumarill as well, I'm going to name Sorcerer's Cup for now. It could be important, it could be a big player, it might be trash in this cup, I don't know. But, for sure, there's a couple of interesting picks here. Toxicroak is always hard to rule out as well. And Beedrill, with its Community Day move, if people vote for Weedle, Beedrill with Drill Run might have a part to play in this cup as well. So if I were to pick a team of 6 right now, it would definitely be these guys. But I'm going to look at the rankings here. Alolan Muck, Noctowl, and Munchlax straight off the bat are top. Toxicroak, Skuntank with Crunch is an interesting one for me. Of course you got Lickily and Licky Tongue with their Body Slam move from that event. Alolan Raticate, Tentacruel, these are a couple of interesting ones for me. Of course Sand/Alolan form is there. Definitely worth looking into more. I'm going to do some team building, but yeah, I'm pretty hyped for this cup. I searched the individual types to see who's highly ranked and who is not highly ranked. So Medicham at 15 stands out to me as one I would definitely like to use. It already has Power Up Punch and Psychic for me, but definitely Grimer isn't too far off the rankings. And of course you've got Haunters up there in the mix as well, so very interesting meta, I would say, so far. I'm going to jump into a couple of battles in just a minute, but right now I'm just trying to TM these guys. So, with Bronzong, if you're going to use them, I figure you don't need Bulldoze, because Psyshock will hit all the poison types for super effective damage. You're not really losing many matchups without Bulldoze, so I go for Heavy Slam here, of course. You got to play the TM roulette. It's going to take me quite some time. Luckily I have like 100. There we go. So Heavy Slam on my Bronzong, and I think I want Body Slam here on my Munchlax, and we get it first go, so that's good. It's very tedious trying to catch some TMs, so here I'm looking at battling Treaty King. Oh, I almost picked a Stunfisk here, sorry. So I'm battling against Treaty King, who's a battler from Limerick, and I think he started the first Sylph GG tournament in Limerick, so that's cool. His Frostlass is the Hex variant, mine has Avalanche, so it was interesting to see this matchup on paper. I was like, who wins CMP and who does what, who gets energy quicker? So I'm thinking this could be, anything. It could be a Bluff, it could be a Shadow Ball. It's actually a Crunch, so that's what made me think about Crunch, because it would definitely one-shot the Frostlass over being super effective and with such a high attack stat. So here I'm like, okay, I gotta be bold, I gotta bluff. If he's gonna get to the Crunch first, I'm gonna Avalanche. Rob shielded this time, so I think we're slightly ahead on energy, so I'm like, screw it, I'll go straight Shadow Ball here. I was willing to use a second shield on my Frostlass, but yeah, he doesn't shield here, he just lets it go down, so that's good. We have the switch advantage, and let's see what comes in next. And it's an Alolan Muck, so probably the best shout for him. But I think his has Poison Jab, because it said not very effective there, but if that had Snarl, then my Frostlass would probably be dead right now, so definitely worth considering the individual movesets on Pokemon. Alolan Muck can learn Snarl, it can also learn Sludge, Poison Jab or something, so it depends what you want to use them for. In here I come in with a Azumarill. I'm not really great here in this situation, but I try I try to catch a charge move, but it just doesn't come up, so I'm like, damn. Here I'm thinking this could be anything. I was hoping for a Sludge Wave, but it's actually an Acid Spray. So even still, it's not too bad, because we do resist the Poison Jab here and stuff like that, and we have the shield, so I'm like, okay, I doubt this is a second Acid Spray. I'm free to shield up here, and yeah, we have an energy head start on Toxicroak here. It's a Dark Pulse. I don't know if it would have KO'd because we do resist it, but with the defense drop, it's safer not to take that risk. So the Mud Bomb here will put Muck out of business, yeah, and let's see what comes in next. So it's a Toxicroak. Luckily I have like a tiny bit of energy head start, so we're able to get this Mud Bomb off first, and I think it was a CMP tie actually, but this will put their Toxicroak real low. If not, it will KO. So, oh yeah, okay, so it KOs. Great. So jumped into the second battle here. I'm just looking around at who's eligible and stuff like that I have, so I figure I'll try Munchlax in the lead with Bronzong and Alolan Muck. Obviously, this meta is brand new, it only dropped last night, so I don't know who's good, I don't know about team synergy, but we catch a Frostlass lead again here, and we're doing super effective damage while being immune to their Hex damage. So straight off the bat, I'm like, okay, I lose the CMP tie, I go for the Body Slam, but I'm sure we can survive a Crunch. I don't know how much an Avalanche would do, but unfortunately we don't have to find out. So here I'm like, I can put this Frostlass under some pressure with the Body Slams here, especially because the Lick will probably faint it down. So he makes a switch, good switch into Muck, but because Munchlax has Bulldoze, this is where it comes in handy. So Munchlax definitely feels like a general, and I feel like everyone will probably have a Munchlax in their team of 6 until something new comes around. Something new always comes around, but look at that, Bulldoze almost KOs the Muck, and these Licks are resisted, but they still do a fair amount of damage, and they don't even have stab benefits. So right now I'm like, okay, I'll just leave the Munchlax go down. I don't really care if this is a Sludge Wave or whatever, but it's actually an Acid Spray, so we're able to survive, and I don't know why. Oh, we got the Muck down, so we have a Body Slam ready to go here, and because we're on 1 HP, I'm just like, okay, I'm going to throw it, I'm not going to reach a Bulldoze, and yeah, we Body Slam this Frostlass, and I think he shields again, so up 2 shields, that's good. We have the switch advantage as well. This cup definitely feels like, I don't know, so far I prefer it to the Forest Cup, because I feel like Forest Cup was just a Kingdra Ferrothorn and then like a flex option, so you could bring like a Mantine or a Galvantula or something like that, but Forest for me felt very rock, paper, scissorsy, and now that this cup is around, it seems like a lot of Pokemon beat each other, so that's good. And as of now, I know it's early days, but there doesn't seem to be like 3 Pokemon who are better than the rest, and 3 Pokemon who are unbeatable together, so yeah, Rob brings in a Girafarig here, another interesting pick. I don't know if I would use a Girafarig anymore, but it gets Dark Pulsed, and that's going to be the end of that, so another GG there. I think I have 3 battles, this is the 3rd battle for you. So we lead with a Purified Golbat into Muck here. Now, if I had Return on this Golbat, it would be a lot better, but I don't, so I'm like, okay, it's still not a terrible matchup. We lose, of course, but can get a couple of shields here and do an awful lot of damage, so I'm not going to shield the first one because there is the chance it's an Acid Spray, but even if it's a Sludge Wave, I don't even care, I'll just take it. It's a Dark Pulse, so okay, does about half damage to us, and this Shadow Ball is resisted and it doesn't have stab, but it still hits quite hard, so I think he's up on health right now. Yeah, so I consider the switch, but I'm like, he can't fast move me down, so I'll just take these Poison Jabs and see what move he comes in with. And we actually get to the second Shadow Ball, so that's good. I think this one draws a shield, because if not it will KO, but yeah, it's looking good for us, because now we're up a shield, and this Muck is quite low. So he makes the switch into Frostlass, which is good, because to be honest, right now I didn't know what to come in with. I was like, should I bring in the Haunter? And Haunter is what I go for, but I realize it's Hex straight away, so I'm like, okay, I'm just going to try switch out on the charge move here. Try catch a... My plan was to catch a Crunch with this Ninetales, but unfortunately he goes for the Shadow Ball, so that's going to hit like real hard for us. If that was a Crunch, we would have been in a much better spot, but these Charms are just going to batter down the Frostlass, and yeah, we'll have some loaded energy ready to go for whatever comes in next. So he brings in a Toxicroak, I think, and I'm like, okay, cool, I'll try to get to the Psyshock, but no, we get deleted, and we're immune here to these counters, but we have an energy head start, so I know people like to shield their Toxicroak, so I just go double Shadow Punch, and I'm pretty sure that'll be enough to take it down. But yeah, let me know what kind of Pokemon you are looking forward to using, and if anybody wants to battle me, feel free to hit me up on Twitter, the King Fiend, or even just comment on these videos and we can try to get something going. I plan to have a couple of more videos coming out like this on the early meta, so I'd like to battle anybody who's interested. And that's going to be pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to make an introduction to this cup and show you a couple of battles, and yeah, GG's to Rob, thank you as always. So this Muck actually had a charge move which I wasn't anticipating, but luckily we do have a shield, so yeah, that's going to be a wrap. I'm pretty sure he goes for the Acid Spray, probably the correct call, but it's too little too late, I'd say, because we could have Shadow Punched there at any point. So GG's to Rob, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.